Här visade vi då 2 klasser. Det var junior, grå, hingst och ungdjur, hingst. Därför 2 första placeringar. Nummer 2 fick första placering i unghingst. Nummer 5 fick andra placering. Och nummer 1 fick en tredje placering.
Is the grey junior male wakayas and the intermediate male wakayas. We have 2 classes in the ring at the moment. We have 5 in the junior class and 1 in the intermediate class. That's why we have 2 first place ribbons. I'll talk about the junior class first. And first place in this class has the most uniform fleece. By that I mean, especially with the grey, you'll notice that I have an armband with black and white. We use those to contrast against the fibres that we pull from the mid-side. And I'm looking, especially in grey fleeces, for the uniformity of fineness between the dark and the light fibres. So I spread it across my white and black sections, and I can see how fine the black fibres are compared to the white fibres. And typically in a grey fleece, the white fibres are finer than the dark fibres. And I found that the alpaca in first place here, this young male, has the most uniform fleece with regard to the difference between the dark and the light fibres. He is carrying a very long staple length, and he also has the best brightness in the class as well. It's uniform across the blanket, and he is holding the most dense fleece across the blanket as well in this class. Conformationally, I'd like to see him a little more correct in his leg conformation. However, I'm more forgiving of that because of his fleece qualities. He's just a little close at the hocks, and meaning the back legs as he walks. I hope that is just something to do with his age. When I compared the first place to the second, I found that first place was carrying that more uniformity in his fleece, a little more density of fleece as well compared to the second. Second place, also some issues with his leg conformation. He was also a little close at the hocks in the rear legs, but after that I found that he was carrying a little more density and a finer fleece than the third place alpaca. When I looked at third place, I found that he was very well built. He's got good proportions to his frame. He's very strong and robust in his frame. He has a fleece that's carrying uniformity across the blanket, but not so fine, not so much the uniformity between the dark and light fibres that I found in first and second. Third place comparing to the fourth, once again, is about the fineness, a little more of the density in third place over the fourth place alpaca. He's structurally not quite as correct in his back legs as he walked around the ring. He's a little close there at the back, and I'm a little more forgiving of that at this age than I would be if they were older. When I compared fourth to fifth, I found that while fifth place has got a strong frame, he came in well, he walked well into the ring. After that, not so much that fineness or the uniformity between those dark and the light fibres. So let's give this junior class a round of applause. Thank you very much. Congratulations. In the intermediate class here we have a 22-month-old male who, whilst I'd like to see a little more fineness in his fleece, I found that he was deserving of the first place ribbon. He's well grown, carrying a uniform fleece across the blanket. Unfortunately, he doesn't get a prize for his athleticism, but deserving of that first place. Now, because these are all of the grey males in the show, I'll now award the champion. We have the champion and the reserve. When we're awarding champion, because we have two classes in the ring at the same time, I can give it to the first in the junior or the first in the intermediate class. And I've chosen the junior here. And also the second place comes up to compete for the reserve champion when we have a second place to the champion. Champion here, as I said, has a very bright fleece, long staple, and uniformity of micron, and congratulations on your championship. So, if people want to come into the ring and have a look at these two alpacas, they can do so now. You have 2 minutes.